Till you blue in the face. You ain't running from it. What you say? Yeah. Oh, you crazy. You crazy, you do that.
Boy, he's been working with me today.
Not just you, Sister Pam, not just you.
I said I gotta give you your props, Pastor. Because something, you remember when you told us about light and darkness won't mix, right?
You can't make it mix.
So today, I'm telling you, I just had to say, Lord, I thank you. Because he told me that was going on with me at my job. The girl, she don't believe in God. She don't talk about it. She know you. Y'all couldn't get along. You could not.
I don't care what you do.
With her, no matter how hard you try.
And the words say that a friend to the world is the enemy of God. Yeah. Ain't no, you can't.
I couldn't.
Dr. Monroe said, don't run away from it.
I was like, Lord, I thank you.
There's a purpose there. Don't run away from it.
Right. Yeah.
Deal with it.
You right there. That's good. Right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and go. We'll pray in a minute. Stay what you saying. Stay right there where you at. Say what you saying. Say what you saying, because that's exactly what I'm on right now. You can't run from this. I'm living witness that you can't run from this. Let me tell y'all something. This is straight up. It's straight up. I don't care what you do or what you say. His plan for your life will be done. It's better that you surrender. He can use you in a wheelchair. I ain't trying to scare you, but that's the truth. You hear me? I never forget when we was younger. I never forget when we was younger. My father used to say this. My father used to say this all the time. He would say you can walk. He would say you can walk to him or you can roll to him. Because that's the truth. So going into it.
It was a spiritual thing.
It was a spiritual thing.
Yeah, I want to know why I was weak. And I told him it was a spiritual thing. No. Don't jump conclusions.
I ain't got to put it out there. Make sure you are right now.
Let me tell y'all something. I'm going to start it off like this. It's impossible to be faithful without faith.
Oh, yeah.
For it's impossible to be faithful without faith. Because faithful means to be full of faith. So you can never be faithful to anything without faith in it. The answer to y'all question is you scared. You scared. You do you're responding the way you're responding because you scared. There's a lot of things that teachers and preachers, whatever they title they want to put on themselves, they won't tell you. They won't tell you that this walk is scary.
Right.
Understand that I didn't say fear. I said scared. Fear is a result. Scared is a cause. Let me help you with what I'm talking about. You can be scared and never walk in fear. You ever been scared to do something and did it anyway? Yeah. But you ain't never been afraid of something and did it. Well, no, I ain't.
Right.
Because, go ahead.
I used to do a lot of walking at night.
He did. This is true.
I ain't never been afraid.
This is true.
Of dark.
Right.
And at night, when you're walking out, to be honest, y'all probably ain't had no experience at this. I walked on dirt roads and I was cut through cemeteries and all this. But walking along the highways, you can look up the road, especially if the moon's shining. You can look up the road and there's a shadow of a tree or a bush or limb, whatever. And it'll look like different things, different people, different animals and whatnot. And I would go to it. I want to see what it is. I might have been somewhat scared, but it's not a, I don't know, it wasn't a type of fear that made me want to run.
Right.
I had went to stuff with water, wasn't running out of my eye. Valerie's father used to be with me a lot. We walk at night, and he told me at night, he looked up the road there, and here these look like these bulls in the road. And he was like, TC, there's something up there, you know. I told him, I said, well, we're gonna see what it is. You know? But when you get there, it's nothing but a shadow. You know what I'm saying? I've been in some places. I'm talking about where I was even sometime I was trembling, but I'm going to see what it is. You know what I mean? So that's what the apostles come upon. Many times they knew death was up there.
Yeah, but we gotta go.
But we're gone.
We gotta go.
We're gone. And that was the decision with them two that's sitting there. Everything else has done been destroyed and gone, and whatever the case might be. And they said, if we sit right here, we're gonna die. If we sit here, we know we're gonna die. He said, but if we get up and go over in the city, you know, that we might live.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
They know that they were killing them over there and destroying everything over there. But we know we're gonna die if we sit
If
here.
we stay right here, we gone.
We know that.
Right.
And they went over in the city. When they got over in the city, it was a great treasure there for them. God had worked it out.
Every
but
time.
Anyway, really.
Every time.
I've been in a lot of situations like that. And I just didn't have that type of fear, that type of running fear.
Right.
And they used to tell me about ghosts chasing them. A ghost. I ain't believe that. I didn't believe in no ghosts. But see, what happened is, when you start running from a ghost, your own foot tracks will scare you. You'll think he's keeping up with you. And it's your own foot tracks. That's what that is. There ain't no such thing, no ghost chasing. Man, ain't no dude chase me high. No, no, that stuff. Listen, witchcraft works.
Definitely.
If you're working with it, if you believe in it, and all that kind of stuff and whatnot. But shadows. Now I had a shadow that scared me one time in New York, and I was about to run and leave it. But
I can grab them. Right. I can grab them a chair, baby, if they need one. Oh, come on round. Y'all come on round. Come on round. They need to sit together. You know they need to sit together. I've been with him all day. But that's good. That's good. She said she want everybody to be careful. Y'all got a glow about y'all this evening. What y'all got going on? Fruit. That's all right. I know it was something. So y'all ain't missing that. And I just told everybody y'all scary. That's all y'all missed so far. You. The reason I know this is that let me say it like this. We got dip and chip too. Yeah, some food in there too. I know, but I heard what you just said. I just let you know what's in there. I know, I get it, but I'll just let you know. So we got fruit too. So Sister Niecy's scary because it ain't flesh to eat. But let me say it like this. What I was saying is a lot of people won't tell you this. Because we put up this facade that we got it all together. We put up this facade that I don't ever deal with nothing. My life is on this perfect level and I don't ever deal with anything. We put up this facade as people, and what we're doing is we're crippling people. Because we don't ever give our testimony because we act like we don't have no test. And we do that because the truth is we scared. And if I tell you I'm scared, how you gonna look at me? I'm scared of you knowing I'm scared. Something y'all didn't read in the story of Moses. Everybody know Moses was a special man. He was called. He was called to do something great. This man was split water open, called down manna from heaven, struck a rock and water came. I mean, you name it. This man did it. You hear me? But did y'all know Moses was scared? No, I mean like he was scared. The word said that when he showed them miracles, y'all know how y'all ask for miracles? You don't really want one. But anyway, you know how you ask for miracles? The word said that when he threw his rod down and it became a snake, he ran. He ran. He was scared. But he overcame being scared by obeying when he said, now go over there and grab him by the tail. The word don't say that he turned it into a stick and then he grabbed it. No.
Right.
He said he had to grab the tail of the snake.
He didn't say grab the stick. He
said grab the snake.
Stick ain't got no tail.
So he had to grab the tail of the snake for it to go back normal. Y'all don't really, because the word is actually scary. That's how come y'all won't keep listening to it when you go to sleep no more. Because the word is actually scary when you listen to it. What you're asking for is scary. What you're looking for is scary. Because it ain't nothing that you know. And you believe that if God's doing it, you're supposed to know everything about it before it happened. You won't find that nowhere in Scripture.
No, they all of them, whenever those events took place, you notice, every one of them fell to the ground or something.
They were scared. Because this walk is scary.
Right.
Every hiccup you have on a job, in a relationship, on anything, it happens because you activate that scare. And that scare becomes fear. And the enemy is crafty enough to know, if I can get you to hold on to being scared, I can give you the spirit of fear. Scared ain't a spirit. Right. Fear is. Because if I can get you activated in the spirit, we on the popping.
Right.
Me and my wife disagreeing, it's scary. But if I go to sleep on that disagreement, I now have a fear. Because we didn't get it right. Now I know what she gonna do. Now it ain't no more about a scare. I have a fear on what's gonna happen. And fear is a spirit which can control you. Y'all ain't listening right, man. I'm trying to help you though. Disagreements are a good thing. Y'all ain't never heard that before, did you? Hey, you ever heard it like that before? Disagreements actually mean that you're not afraid to voice your opinion. Disagreements actually mean that you just don't go along with what I say and I just don't go along with what you say. That means we have two opposing opinions. And that we can bring this together to come up with the best resolution. Right. But we scared to disagree. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about.
No, you're right.
Everybody got a friend, a spouse, or somebody that they scared to even, So you just say, yeah, you girl,
You know, some men, I guess like me, some men is afraid of it because they they won't voice their opinion because they're afraid of what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's a fact.
a lot of times they're afraid that they're going to miss out on something.
Mm-hmm.
That it might carry over too long because I guess I'm pretty much right at this point preferring to women.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't have to say but one thing wrong and they carry it for 6 to 8 months.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's a fact. Yeah.
So you don't know how long you're gonna have to suffer.
Right. Right.
With this one thing.
Right.
That's been said. You know.
But listen to what he said, because that carries on to everything. Right. Here it is. And y'all know what we talking about, and it's on both sides. I came to you with one thing, and instead of you taking accountability for that one thing, now everything I do is wrong.
They don't. I mean, it's very.
It's both sides. It happens on both ends.
It happens. I mean,
here it is.
You can tell.
Yes.
You can tell the lady. I'm gonna get off between 5 and 6.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't hear nothing but 5.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, man.
Yeah.
It's just that simple.
Yeah.
If
And I ain't on y'all tonight. I'm on both sides tonight. Y'all see, I'm letting Bishop do it. I'm on both sides. I'm being neutral.
15 after 5,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to divorce.
Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? But the corporate here is the enemy is crafty and hiding in small things. He hides in scaredness. That's where he hides it. Because he remember when something happened to you. And he know if anything gets close to that thing, it's going to make you react. And you don't want to ever feel how you felt in that moment. So you're going to do everything in your power to block that moment from happening again. This is how you move over into fear. I said to you, baby, I don't really like spaghetti like that. And your response to me was, well, I ain't cooking no more. You say you don't like my cooking. Whoa, 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 whoa. You asked me did I want spaghetti. I said I don't really like spaghetti like that. I didn't say nothing about your cooking. How you hear that? Do you understand what I'm saying? Now that's on both ends. We both do it now.
It's like she said, Jermaine,
Mm-hmm.
can I talk to you for a minute? Mm-hmm. Your heart stopped.
Yes, sir. Tell me now. Oh, we got to talk? What? You don't even say that to me until it's time to talk. But I'm going to tell y'all a secret, fellas. She knows that does something to you. She knows it. She wants you thinking about it all day. I'm sorry. The gig is up, ladies. She wants you to think about it all day. Because I'm not afraid to say it. Don't tell me we got something to talk about until it's time to talk. I don't care who it is. That just ain't women, that's men. Anybody don't call me and say we need to talk. Tell me when you... I really feel like that's a form of control. I could be wrong on this one, but I promise you I do. Why you telling me we got something to talk about and it ain't time to talk? Well, when we supposed to talk about it? How come you didn't wait till we could talk?
Right. Yeah, we just want to let you know ahead of time we're going to talk. We're talking our time.
Well, how come you don't wait to tell me when it's time to talk? You won't ever get me to understand that.
Because we have to get ourselves
prepared for what we're going to say.
Yeah, what we're going to say.
So how come you can't wait while you get yourself together? We might come into some understanding tonight.
You ain't gonna understand that. That's in their DNA. That's in the DNA. You ain't gonna stop that. The new baby's born
Doing that.
gonna do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way it works.
Well,
I'm neutral. I'm neutral. So I don't know if y'all know it or not, but there's a trend going around on social media right now where you can use the little AI thing to see how you would look if you was to lose weight, or to see how you would look if you y'all ain't seen that. I don't know y'all social media people, but basically it shows you how you can look if you change.
Right. Is that like having a little dog, and the dog treats you that teach you how to raise your kid?
Something like that. Something like that. But this little thing right here, what it does is it shows you how you would look if you was to change.
That's the same concept.
I'm.
Did you do
it? No. Cause my y'all know I don't look at stuff the same way, right? And it was one that I saw that really brought me to a different understanding. And I said, I get it. We don't really want it. We just want to say we want it. Because we scared to actually do it. We want to see what it'll look like if it was to happen. But we scared to make it happen. You can't move towards what you prayed for because you scared. You can't. You have manipulated, destroyed, abused. You've done everything in your power not to move. Huh? You've done gaslight. You've done everything in your power to destroy the thing that you're praying for. I was thinking about this story of Moses, and how many times people had to come to him for answers. But this man didn't know nothing until he was told something. So I'm thinking, I'm looking at a man who was leading thousands of people to a place he never saw. He's literally leading people to nowhere because he heard a voice.
You know, Wayne, whenever you said, like, we're scared, it's like we're praying. And we need transportation. Lord, I need transportation. I got tomorrow is the deadline. I really need some transportation. And we done talked to the Lord half of the night. But we're scared to go to the door.
Yeah, absolutely. Won't go to that door.
Next morning, because now we got a separation between our prayer and the Lord, because we got fear to the fact that it's not going to be there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not going to be there.
Right.
Now I heard a good one in a song, and it was real good to me. And the lady, she had 12 children, and she was in the kitchen, and one of the sons heard her in there, and she didn't have enough food for them, and she was praying and asking the Lord, to provide for them and everything like that. And he knew there wasn't no food in there. He went off to school with no food. And he came back home. When he came back home, the table was full of food, bags of food and whatnot. And he asked his mother, said, Mom, where did you get all this food? And she said something that we don't need to engage in that much. she said, the Lord worked a miracle. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Rather than saying he provided.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that would be a better
Right.
term to use.
Right. Yeah.
Because once you read about the miracles and whatnot, it should change your mind.
Right.
You know.
Right.
But that's a good analysis.
Yeah. I was thinking about the other side of the Red Sea. Right? Because y'all know that's how they got over. That's how they got past the enemy. Mm-hmm. Like the water split. Mm-hmm. Like I don't want to water it down. Like I don't want nobody to try to humanize the miraculous. That's not what the word says, that the water split. Mm-hmm. And I believe the word.
And become a wall.
Yeah. So don't say it drained down, and that ain't what the word says. Say it split. Because when we do that, what we saying is that we really don't believe. Don't do his work. He don't need you to do that. He don't need no help. So the word said that the water split, and they walked through.
And the ground got dry.
And the ground was dry. Now I'm thinking about the other side of the water. Because after that water swallowed up their enemies, and they got to the other side, they were still asking Moses, what we gonna do? And he didn't know. I'm trying to build a presence here if y'all can't tell. Here is a man leading folks. He done had all types of signs and wonders happen in his life. He done see things happen thus far. But now he's on the other side of trouble. But he's in a land with no food. With some people that he gotta feed. And he don't know what to do. But people asking him, what are we gonna do?
And why did you bring us out?
Huh? Because he's going to a place that doesn't exist. So I'm thinking about that thing, and I say, so many times we say, I got a vision from God, and he showed me this mountain, and on this mountain, and I see, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He didn't. He didn't. Tell them people you scared, and you don't know where we going, but I'm following him. Because at least that way they know. When they don't see a mountain with a blue church on top of it, he ain't a liar. We're trying to manipulate y'all into believing in God. When the truth is, we scared. And I'm okay with it now. Because the more I try to prove to y'all that I'm not moving by faith, because that's what happens when you try to show people you ain't scared. It looks like you doing it. If every time they came to Moses and Moses had an answer, then Moses was their God. Y'all ain't listening to me right. If every time they asked Moses something and he had an answer, then he was their God. You know what Moses would say? Give me a minute, I'm going to go up here and talk to him. He didn't come. Now there was somebody with him that did that. Y'all love when I got an example of it. Because when Moses left off to get answers, they asked the brother that was with him named Aaron, because Aaron was a preacher. Y'all ain't listening right now. I bet you Aaron had that good. He probably sung that thing like we sing it today. Because the word said that he was a pronounced speaker or a great speaker. When he told him to go get him, say, your brother Aaron, he's a good speaker, go get him. With his lying self. They asked him why Moses was gone. What should we do? And he came up with an answer. By the time Moses came back, these folks had when all he had to do was, I don't know, so wait till Moses get back.
We don't know where he go.
I don't even know where he at. All he told me to do was babysit. That was my job. That was my title. He left. I was a babysitter. By the time he came back, I was a prophet. Ah, shoot. Prophetess Ava. Now, I'm just trying to show y'all what's going on. Y'all ain't listening right. What I'm trying to tell y'all is, this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Nowhere in the book, when he say he was going to do something, did he give them all the instructions? But he knew he wanted them to do it. And he led them to where he wanted them to go. But everything he did, they didn't work for. Y'all see how this works? Y'all see how this works? The purification of you brings on the edification of him. What that means is, if you allow yourself to be humble enough for him to lead you, he'll take you where he needs you to go. But when you get in the way, you become Aaron.
Wow.
Before Aaron was in charge, everybody was alive. When Aaron was in charge, they had to kill people. We making a mess. We making a mess because we scared.
So you're saying, in our vision and our answers, that we asking God, that we want God to give it to us in detail.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about it is, I mean, if you look at the beginning, sort of the beginning in the New Testament, you would find, I mean, it would have been very simple for him at Saul's conversion, for him to tell Saul what he was going to do.
Right.
But the only thing he told Saul, when he asked him, Lord, what will you have me to do? The only thing he told Saul was, he told him to go.
Mm-hmm. Just go.
And, you know, there'll be someone to tell you what to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and it was the same way, it was the same way with, even with Philip whenever he told him to go south. And anyhow, he didn't tell him, he told him, oh, you get up and go. You know?
Yeah.
And see, Ananias met him down there at the street called Straight, and gave him the information to what he was supposed to do.
Right.
Like, God knew what he was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? So the thing about it is, if he tell you to get up in the morning and do a certain thing, just get up and do it.
Just do it.
You know? No, don't think about so much of what you want or what you need. Just get up and do it. He told me to get up and go down to my truck and check my truck.
I remember that.
And I didn't go.
Mm-hmm.
He told me 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
I made an excuse.
Mm-hmm.
All 3 times. He didn't mean for me to go. He didn't mean for me to go.
Give the lesson. Mm-hmm.
That morning when I got up and I went down to my truck and stuck my key in there and turned it, it didn't even move. I just shut the door behind me.
Battery
I
thing.
just shut the door. I'm talking about it was dead as a ham. I just closed the door and I started to walk off because the restaurant was I was at the motel in Shelby, and the restaurant was in walking distance. I shut the door and I said, I ain't even gonna mess with it on this. He told me. He told me. I didn't even try to see what was wrong, nothing. When I closed the door, a man said, sir, there's something wrong? I said, yeah, it won't stop. He pulled over the other side of the car, my truck, raised the hood. He raised the hood on the car, He took his battery out of his car, took my battery out, put his battery in there, started my truck up, switched them back out, and told me to have a nice day. That's thank you, sir. All I had to do was get up. I forgot. I went to Walmart and I bought a cassette. And I don't know, I guess I did something in the truck after I pulled up to the motel because I had my interior light. I cut my interior light off and forgot to cut it off. Now, the Lord could have told me to go down and turn that interior light on. He could have, all he had to do was go cut the interior light off. Now he said, go check your truck. I said, I'm going to go down there in a few minutes. Each time I made an excuse. And I forgot to go.
I'm gonna say it like this. I'm trying to build a premise and hit y'all with the big point at the end. I'm trying to be profound tonight. The reason for your roller coaster is the bottom is a lot scarier than the top. And every time you get to a certain point, you get scared and you stay there because that's where you're comfortable at. So, in his good fashion, he bring you back down. Look, you're not gonna be able to stay where you are. We're at a place now that you're not gonna be able to stay where you are. You're going to increase whether you want to or not. Let me tell you why I say that. This week I have had to call my wife twice and apologize. And both times she probably said, well, what did you even talking about? I know, but she don't. Twice. I had to call her twice this week and apologize. Because she said something to me, and I know why she said it, but I was being hard here. Because he told me to do something. And because I didn't want to hear him say it, he allowed her to say it. And because I didn't want to hear it from her, I wanted to do what I wanted to do anyway. So today he put a stop to it. And he said, you being scared is not going to stop me from doing what I'm going to do in your life. You asked me for something. Now let me do it. We are literally in positions that we're in right now because we prayed for something. And we got a portion of what we prayed for. And once we got that portion of what we prayed for, perfecting this thing or getting this thing better is scary to us. So now we sitting there with half of what we asked for, thinking he ain't going to give us a finished product. I ain't gonna tell you what it looked like. You just gotta do what I tell you to do. I know what you asked me for, and I know where I'm taking you. What you want to know is what it looked like all the way through. And I don't. He don't roll like that. You want to be comfortable the whole ride. You don't want to feel no bumps. Oh, now that was a bump. What you doing?
You know he told Paul. You know what he told Saul. Whenever Ananias, he told Ananias to go and lay hand on him, that he might receive his sight. And Ananias said, "No," said, "I've heard much of this man.
Yeah.
You know, never think." He told him, said, "No, you go to him." He said, "I'm gonna show him how great he gonna suffer for my name's sake."
For my name's sake.
Ain't that something?
Yeah.
I'm going to show him how great he going to suffer for my name's sake. That's rough, y'all. That's rough.
Yeah, it's a part of it, though. It's a part. Dude.
How great?
Yeah. Do you know the word used for suffering is the same word used, the Hebrew word used for perfecting? Because you really ain't even suffering. You just ain't getting your way.
That's a hard word when you don't understand the meaning of it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that now.
Yeah, I don't really listen to what you ain't really suffering. Ain't nobody shooting at you. You just ain't getting your way. Somebody just mad at you. Somebody don't come over no more. They don't call like they used to. They talking about you behind your back. Ain't nobody shot one bullet at you. These people getting their head cut off. And we suffering. Air conditioning been off for 2 hours and you suffer. Really listen to what I'm saying. We pray for these marriages. We pray for these relationships. Then we get these marriages and these relationships and we stop. Huh? What are you talking about? You said something. You said something and I said something. Now I don't even want it no more. What?
Go ahead.
Countdown begins. Do you understand what I'm saying though? Because you scared.
No, it ain't that part that I'm
No. But do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These are the things we've been praying for since we've been knowing how to pray.
Pray for the relationship.
You,
Pray for it.
and you don't want it no more because you scared?
Not because they going like I said supposed to go.
So?
How many of y'all pray for
Because you
the
scared? Huh?
I said, how many of y'all pray for the relationship?
Everybody in this room.
No, nobody did it.
I promise you they did. One way or another you did. Did you ask for it? Who was you asking for it from? Who was you talking to? And then he give you, then he hand you some.
Go ahead, Pastor.
Somehow, it was like what they call a miracle.
Go ahead, Pastor.
And I walked in.
Right. That's right, bro.
I knew what it was. And I walked
Right.
into it.
Yeah.
I ain't spent no time down here. I didn't.
Yeah.
I walked across the yard when it happened.
Mm-hmm.
It just happened.
Miss Pam prayed for it. Yes, I did. See, that's how it
Long
works.
time ago.
But what I'm saying is, he handed you some work. He handed you some work because that's what a relationship is. He gave you the work and you don't want to work it because you're scared.
You wanted a relationship, not necessarily a job.
What is a relationship other than a job?
I mean, I'm just saying, we know what come with it now, but when we was asking for it,
You don't suppose it.
we just thought we were gonna get a hood, a man.
But this is what I want you. This is
you gonna have to change and watch our mouth and I didn't sign up for all that. I just thought I was gonna get the man.
She didn't look at the manual.
No. She didn't look at it. She didn't look at the book. No. She didn't look at the manual.
It's in the manual.
It's in the book.
It's in the manual.
It's in the book.
See, that's what happened with us as men.
Right.
We have not looked in the manual.
Right.
It's in the manual. That's why you see them vacuum cleaners sitting outside the road.
Right.
They didn't look at the manual.
Yeah.
They took a vacuum cleaner. When the water pipe busted in the house, they took the vacuum cleaner and wouldn't dry up the water. And so they threw it away. Or they hadn't looked at the manual.
Mm-hmm.
The vacuum cleaner ain't supposed to vacuum up no water. It ain't no water pipe. That's what happened with us.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
We ain't look at the manual.
That's it.
Yeah.
We ain't look at what the
There's
answers
a
is.
responsibility there more than what you think.
Mm-hmm.
Or you were looking for the shoulders down.
Right.
And then read about the head. I'm just telling you, man.
So I started.
She asked, "What color my eyes?" You don't even know.
Right. So my question to y'all would be, how do we overcome this scaredness so that it don't move into fear? How would we do that? In all situations. It's a serious question. How would we do that? How would we move out of scaredness? How do we, no, I'm sorry. How do we move past being scared? Let me ask it that way.
First, you got that knowledge. You got that knowledge that you're scared of something.
That's the hardest one
I
first.
guess we have to learn how to present our bodies as living sacrifice.
Holy and acceptable.
Yeah, that's what has to happen.
Yeah.
Because all the answers is in that.
Yeah.
You can guess all you want to.
Mm-hmm.
They had a thing on the radio the other day about should you live with them for a while,
Right.
and try them out.
Test out the product.
No.
Test out the product, right?
That don't work.
No,
That don't work. Cause you can hold back a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah.
That don't work.
Yeah, you can pretend for about 6-8 months.
Yeah, you can. They got all the beauties and everything.
Yeah, you about 6 to 8 months, you can hold on a
Good
lot.
idea.
Yeah.
That's moving past scaredness. So I thought about that thing, and it brought me to thinking about basketball, because I remember when I played ball, every time there was a big game where there was some coaches involved or anything, I used to get this anxiety, like my heart would start like beating real fast, and I couldn't even breathe. Like I would get, like I could, like this is life or death. Like I would get this real big anxiety, right?
Yeah, they got them. I ain't got no money.
Yeah, this is the truth. He telling the truth.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about that thing.
NBA player.
No, he said NBA player. Don't be no hater. So I was thinking about that thing, and I was thinking about that thing, and I thought about the times that I was really good, like that, which was natural.
You're supposed to be a basketball wife.
Yeah.
But
Listen, do y'all know how many people wanted this ball? Huh? Oh my God. I done took them all down. I done took them all down to Winter Haven, Florida, and everywhere.
Mm-hmm. But I was
Put him out there on the floor. Faint.
If it wasn't a big game, I wouldn't. If it was a big game, I couldn't even breathe. I understand why now that happened. But what I'm saying is, I was thinking about what made me a great basketball player. Like, I didn't say good. And I ain't boasting on myself, but I was pretty. What made me a great basketball player? And the answer was, I wasn't just playing basketball. I was a basketball player. All I did was play basketball. All I thought about was basketball. I studied basketball. While everybody watching the game, I'm looking at people's feet to see how they moving, to see how they working. And I realized the more that I put into it, the more confident I became. The more confident I became, the less scared I was. The more work that I put into the craft, the less fear that I had. See, I wasn't afraid of situations because I was in them before. I wasn't scared of you bringing something new to me because I know that as long as I do what I practice doing, there's nothing you can do to me. The reason why we're afraid is because every time a situation pops up, we run from it. The reason I could never get over the big game is because every time there was a big game, I ran from it. I never overcame the big game. When things was on the line, I didn't stick to what I worked on. I didn't stick to what I practiced. I ran from it. So I never elevated because I was scared. So how do I expect to get what I was supposed to? It was supposed to be great reward from that. But me being scared turned into fear. And fear overtook me, which stripped me from my reward. Now I hope I'm saying something to y'all. If I'm telling this woman right here that I love her every day, she ain't got to guess. If I tell her and I show her every day that I love her, she ain't got to guess. If my actions is lining up with what I say to her, I don't never got to worry about her guessing how I feel about her. Because I show her. And I tell her. If I get up to go get something to drink, I say, baby, you want something to drink? But if I'm scared, I say, she ain't asked me to get her nothing. I ain't finna get her nothing to drink because she wouldn't ask me if I... You had that whole conversation in your head. That's what scared people do. Them are scared behaviors. But when you do something because that's what you do, don't forget the other person. You've got to perfect it in you. You've got to get the... You've got to elevate past scaredness in yourself. Because if you start perfecting yourself, it's going to rub off. Because now they have an example. How will they overcome unless they have an example? You got to be what you want people to be. Hence the scripture, treat others the way you want to be treated. The only reason you won't do that is because you're scared that what you're giving out won't be received. So if we both practicing that thing, man, you can't keep me from nothing. If I walk this walk every day like I really love them, if I practice this walk every day like I really love them, I'm never afraid. Because I understand now that to get to the level that I've been praying for, I'm going to have to overcome scared. Because the truth is, he's leading us to a place that doesn't exist. You ever been to a place that got land flowing with milk and honey? Because I look on the map, they don't. Huh? I didn't say Hawaii. You hear what I'm saying? So that means we got to have all faith and all confidence in him. We don't got time to be scared.
Yeah, because if you want milk and honey, you got to have it in your walk every day.
That's right.
Basically, I'm walking with milk and honey right now.
Mm-hmm.
Understand? I mean, people can't see everything that I see and that I feel. Because you don't see anything in my hand, it don't mean I don't have anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's the main thing, man. I mean, you know, happiness means everything to a person. You know
right.
what I'm saying? And,
you know, this week I found out the reason why people won't open businesses. Huh? Yeah, before we get there, before they scared it's gonna fail. Before that. That's way before that.
you first have to take a chance.
You scared people gonna tell you no. Why you can't handle no? Get out of here. You know, dog, you can't. Let me tell you no. You can't handle no. No is the scariest word in the world. Somebody tell you no, he done rejected me. No, he just said no.
Now you ready to fight with somebody?
Yeah.
Right.
You won't do what he tell you to do. Because you scared. And you scared that you'll be rejected. But he the one telling you to do it. We either got to believe that his word is true or not. Why else does he say, if I be for you? I don't care if I'm telling you to do something 10,000 people doing. I told you to do it. And they can't do what you can do. And you can't do what I can do. And they ain't better than me. So if they ain't better than me, they ain't better than you. Because greater is he that is in me than he that is in the word. That scripture is true. Y'all, I'm telling y'all something I'm walking, not something I'm guessing now. We moving into a season now. I hate using that word, but y'all know what I'm talking about. We moving into a time now that he's forcing our hand to do what he told us to do. When you ain't got no other choice but to trust him. I was going to write up on the board, but I had to be obedient to my wife because I don't never go with what I have up on the board. But tonight was the beginning of a new series called Exodus. No, don't know if y'all familiar with the book of Exodus, but get familiar with the book of Exodus, because what you don't recognize is we're living in Exodus right now. What you see is happening is an exit. People are choosing which side they're going to be on. I told y'all they drew a line in the sand, and you got to figure out which side you want to be on. That's why you're getting aggravated so easily now. Aggravation is on an all-time high, and it ain't just because it's been hotter outside. Y'all, I'm telling you what I know. He got into the point where he told me, hey man, you wasting the time that I gave you. I told you to do something and you ain't doing it. So I'm going to shut everything off. Monday I said, all right, I'm going to do it. Tuesday I said, all right, I'm going to do it. Wednesday I said, all right, this is the last day. Yesterday I said, okay, I'm going to get one more and then that's going to be it. Woke up this morning and said, all right, I promise you this is my last day. He said, nope. Nah, because you're not going to do what I told you to do. So I'm going to have to stop this flow so you can do what I told you to do. Because you ain't going to listen because you hard-headed. You're going to keep doing what you want to do until I shut it down. Because you hard-headed. Oh, y'all don't like when the prophets talk like this, because normally they say, I see he's going to do something in your life that he ain't never done before. It's something you ain't never seen. He moving you into this season where you hard-headed and you need to do what he told you to do. How come prophets don't talk like that? And I ain't calling myself a prophet. I'm just saying. How come they don't talk like that? I see for some reason a half of a face, and on that other side of the face, shut up. What you talking about? And for some reason the cloud keep coming, man. And I'm sitting here behind on 4 months of rent, and you talking about a half a face. He tired of your mess. And I'm telling you now, the door is open for the things you've been asking for. But in order for you to do it, faith is a requirement. And it's impossible to be faithful without faith. But you got to be faithful to grow faith. I know y'all probably didn't understand that. You might want to write it down and read it. The more faithful you become, the greater faith you build. Because being faithful It's consistency. You can't do something one time. All right, boy, I'm trying to tell you. I used to hate when people call me and say, man, I'm getting ready to go to the gym real quick. Real quick? That's a waste of time. You going one day and that's it? Yeah, I'm going to just go. No, I'm not going. That's a waste of time to me. Because I know better. If I go in that gym, I got to be committed to it. I'm 0 to 100. I don't know no other way. If I'm going to the gym, then that's what I'm doing. I'm going to go one day, and then I'm going to go one day to a month from that. You ain't doing that but wasting your time. You ate that whatever you worked off when you got home. You ate it. You put it back in you. If you don't have it in you to say, I don't care how scary this look, I'm going to continue. I don't care what you say to me. I'm going to continue in it. Because this is what he told me to do. This is where he told me to be. I know y'all going somewhere. I know y'all, but I got to be faithful. Our problem is we don't know how to be faithful because we ain't never been faithful in our life. And we think that we got faith. Yeah, you can't. How you go? How? You don't know what it look like. That sound ironic, don't it? Because you can't see faith. But you can. It's the evidence of things not seen, which means it should produce something. There should be fruit of your faithfulness. There should be fruit of your faith. And in order for you to see that fruit, you've got to be faithful in it. Which means you got to show up when you don't want to. It's easy to show up when you ain't got nothing to do. He ain't getting nothing out of that. It's convenient for you to be here when you ain't got, I ain't got nothing else to do. Huh?
He don't accept them offers.
No.
I'm gonna tell you that now. That's with me and anybody else. I mean, I've done it a thousand times, but he don't. That's why David told Prophet Saddam. He told him he was gonna give him something that he could present to the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
David said, "No, I'll never take a free gift for a sacrifice to God. No, that don't happen. He don't want your leftovers. I mean, we think, you pay all your bills and everything like that, and then I'm gonna give him what's left. Now he don't want that. He want it off top. You know what I mean? God is a patient God. He don't say nothing. I mean, he let you go ahead and do it.
Do whatever you gonna do.
But you ain't gonna reap the benefits from it. I tell you that now. It just won't happen. He not gonna do that. Look down through the word of God and see how strict he was about things. He ain't changed that, But because he's gracious to us, we take advantage. And then, but yet we're not benefiting from it. That's the problem. Anyway, that's the problem I have.
You know how many times he tell us to do something and it be needed right there in that moment and we don't do it, and then we hear about it and we say, dang, I was supposed to do something, but you don't say nothing. You know that he didn't expect you to do it. This is just like Bishop was talking about with his truck. But he expected you to do it. But until you start doing it, you ain't gonna get nowhere.
I'm afraid of the lottery. I'm afraid of the lottery. And I said, is it possible, Lord, that you would let me win a lottery?
You trouble, wouldn't
What?
you?
Lord, do you work with life? Is that a part of my, would that be a part of my faith? No. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That like me going to the drugstore, man. Getting some Tylenol.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That ain't faith, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same thing I did when I went to the liquor store and got that Smirnoff.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing. They work just alike. Y'all know that, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Medication and
Mhm.
alcohol, it work
It's
just
the
alike.
same. Mm-hmm. It's the
That
same.
both of them temporary.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a good man right there. You hear me? Shay got that thing. Cook. Come on. All right. Good man.
Thank you, baby.
But I wanted to.
Listen, excuse me.
Oh, go ahead.
Now, go ahead and brag on him.
Yeah, you better go ahead and do it.
Don't make no excuses with
Yeah.
Look, if you gonna say anything, you look over there and say, thank you, honey.
Yes, sir.
Don't talk.
All right.
I just told her that.
All right.
She don't put that on my. It's already started.
I just want to be sure.
She already started.
I just want to be sure, you know.
He on tonight.
I just want to be sure, you know.
We gonna keep talking, but I want to thank everybody that stopped in today. We just gonna chop it up for a little bit, y'all. I hope I said something tonight that was edifying to y'all, that pierced the flesh, man, and got into your hearts. Again, we do this every Friday night at 7:45, on Sundays at 11:30. Please feel free to stop in. If you guys want to come through, please send me a message and I'll give you the information, man. We love y'all. I hope y'all have a good night. Shalom.